This is Rob Hull for ToyHypeUSA. I'm reporting from New York Comic Con from the incredibly swanky Bandai Namco Media Lounge. I am here with David Edmundson, who is the marketing director for Bandai Namco Toys and Collectibles America. And we are here to talk about everything that you can expect to see in stores from Bandai in the next few months. So get your wallets ready. Take it away, David.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, we're at New York Comic Con. It's one of our favorite stops of the year. It's a real homecoming for us. We get to see our East Coast peeps that we don't see very often. You know, we're a West Coast based operation, so we see a lot of people at San Diego and LA centric events. So we really come to the East Coast a couple times a year, so when we do, it's really special. This year we have 10 booths. We have booths dedicated to IPs like Gundam, Dragon Ball, My Hero Academia, and then we have booths based on our brands. You know, we have our Bandai Entertainment next door that has all of the video games that they're displaying. They're doing Little Nightmares 3. It's playable for the second time only. They're playing Sparking Zero, the most recent game in the Dragon Ball franchise. We have booths for Tamagotchi, those virtual pets from the 90s that we all accidentally murdered like crazy. I'm like a Tamagotchi serial killer. They don't let me, they got my picture up at Target. I can't buy it anymore.
I remember the first time I saw it when it came back, I almost fell on the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, I could not believe they were back.
It's stronger than ever. It's
I was going to say,
incredible.
they're bigger than they were. Like, I remember them when they originally came out, and they're even bigger now than they were back then. Like, you wouldn't have even had a thought of a licensed Tamagotchi back when they originally came out, but now there's Harry Potter ones, there's Baby Yoda ones, there's all sorts of different licensed ones, and I think that's really cool that those worlds are able to meld and it increases the fan base for it.
Yeah, and we have a Hello Kitty exclusive at the show. It's going like crazy. We have our Tamashii booth that we're over right now. Has the hottest exclusive at the show. It's our SH Figure Arts for Vegito. There's a line wrapping around the booth every single day. We have allocations each day, so if you haven't got it yet, make sure to get in line early. We'll have it available on Saturday and Sunday as well. We have our Ichiban Show statue booth. We have a Godzilla booth for crying out loud. It's so cool. We have a suit actor coming up taking pictures. It's a great time to be in New York. We're having so much fun and we're doing so many cool things.
By the way, we are recording this on the Friday of Comic-Con, and that exclusive is gone already. So if you are watching this, this is the past, and it's gone.
Yeah, Friday's allotment is no longer here, but we'll have it for Saturday
and Sunday. Cross your fingers.
Yeah,
you may still have a shot.
Yeah, definitely cross your fingers.
Cross your fingers, grab your lucky rabbit's foot, see if you can find a 4-leaf clover, any of those other good luck tropes that you can think of. Just come with lots of amulets and charms and hope for the best.
Yeah, and we also have our Gundam base. It sells limited edition Gundam model kits that are only available at physical Gundam bases. They don't sell them online. That's Tokyo, Shanghai, Dubai, and for the next couple days, New York. The Tamashii Nations booth has a couple. Dragon Ball Daima just debuted. We have available for the first time anywhere the Kid Goku from Dragon Ball Daima. We have very limited quantity. Same thing with the exclusives. We have allocations for each day. We have a Godzilla exclusive from the toy. It's a gold -1 Godzilla that you can get signed by the director who's going to be signing autographs tomorrow. Only signing -1 merch, she can sign that for you. Just so much cool stuff going on at New York Comic Con.
Yeah, this is a sort of mini city of toys and collectibles. It's really amazing the way they put this all together. So talk about some of the products that you're showing here for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have for our figures, we have For our figures, we just debuted a new version of the Batman SH Figure Arts. It's an update to the one that was released around the time of the movie. We have some first reveals from Dragon Ball Daima. We have playable for the first time, video games like Little Monsters 3. It's available to play for the second time. We're displaying things over on our Godzilla side. Some really cool upcoming Godzilla figures. Same thing for Ultraman, some upcoming Ultraman figures. And of course, we're displaying so much of our Tamagotchi. You mentioned all the licensed brands. We have all of the anime ones. We have Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece. So many cool things that we're displaying here at New York Comic Con.
So again, with the Batman, and with some of the superhero figures and some of the anime figures, like Tamashii Nations is known for their incredibly detailed, realistic sculpts. So talk about the challenges that you face when you have to make a figure of an actual actor in an actual role, as opposed to an anime figure of a character who's just drawn on the screen.
Sure, yeah. So I mean, there's another level of like sensitivity. We want to make sure. It's one thing if we have just Spider-Man with the mask on. It's another thing if we have Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland. We have to make sure that it looks like them. Michael Keaton. We've done a couple Michael Keaton 89 Batman. If that doesn't look like Michael Keaton, what's the point? Who wants to have a Michael Keaton figure that doesn't look like Michael Keaton?
Looking at you, Toy Biz. Still have nightmares about the Batman figure from my '89 childhood. Rounded, pudgy face, didn't look at all like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and then sometimes that'll lead to additional timelines. If we have to get approval from both the licensor, in this case DC, and the actor Michael Keaton. Sometimes the licensor can do both, but not always. So sometimes that can add to another level of complexity. Additional timelines, to delay a figure. So there's just so much that goes into it. But Tamashii Nations wants to make sure that they are literally the most accurate. Their goal is if you could only buy one Batman figure ever, you should buy a Tamashii Nations one because it's going to be the best Batman figure out there.
Now you were talking about Gashapon, which for those who don't know are the little capsule machines where you get a toy in a little capsule, and they have become much bigger in America recently than they had been, including the mainstream exposure from being in The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom and the Astro Boy game for PS5, where that machine is probably one of the most fun parts of the entire game. So talk about how they've expanded and what the appeal is.
Yeah, I mean it's a real addictive thing. So you see them and you're like, oh, maybe I'll get one, but then you can never get just one. And what's really neat is Gashapon. There's two kind of categories. There's the licensed ones based off of IPs like Dragon Ball, Gundam, Kamen Rider, things, Naruto, things like that. And then there's the non-licensed stuff, like things that are based around like animals, like we have sharks, we have dinosaurs, we have all of these really cool stuff. And what I'm more drawn to is actually the non-licensed stuff. So I love dinosaurs, and so they made these really cool, like larger dinosaurs. And so whenever I see those, I have to get one of the dinosaurs. And people are just drawn. We have like bearded geckos. We have animals that are going camping. To where on my desk I have a bear sitting in a camping chair, and Justin's got a rhino in a tent. Just really fun, just off the wall kind of like things that really speak to like the Japanization of it all. And it's just really fun to see it all kind of come together, and that it's kind of being really embraced. If you go down to our Gashapon booth, it's just wall to wall, packed to the gills, and you can't even move around in there. That's how popular it is.
All right, now comes the collectors helping collectors portion of the interview.
All right.
It's October, so the holidays are almost here. And I know that you guys have tons of stuff that tons of people wish would wind up under their tree. If, gun to your head, you had to pick the best products for the holidays, what would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can start with models. Obviously we're super famous for our Gundam models, our Gunpla. Everyone knows and loves them. No paint, no glue required. Snaps together, looks amazing. But we also make the ships from One Piece. One Piece is all about pirates, and all of them have unique ships. And so we have most of them. You can make your own little One Piece fleet. We also have dinosaurs. I mentioned I love dinosaurs. And we have I think we're up to like 8 different dinosaur model kits. And what's cool about those is you can either have them as a flesh and blood dinosaur, or you can have them as their fossils, or you can have some kind of point in between. They're really flexible, really cool. Ichiban Shovan Presto, the statues, the detail on them is amazing. The shading looks like they came right out of the anime. And for people who aren't very good at posing, like myself, I get my figure and I try to pose it the best I can, and people look at it and say like, "That looks terrible." What's great about the statues is they come with an iconic pose from the anime or from the movie, and they pop just right onto your shelf. And then of course Tamagotchi is huge right now. We talked about the licensed Tamagotchi. Those are just real fun for like stocking stuffers. Whatever the person you're buying for is into, you probably have a Tamagotchi for it. Plus, since now Tamagotchi's kind of retro, we have like the older like 90s style retro Tamagotchis perfect for like the millennial or Gen Z in your family that may have had it in their lives, and they just want to relive a little bit of their childhood, because that's really what most of us are doing with toys and collectibles, just remembering a simpler, more fun time we had.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely,
Really
anytime.
appreciate it. So again, get your wallets ready. Bandai Namco is coming with a huge fleet of stuff that you're going to have.
Sorry.
So they're not sorry.
I'm not sorry, no. I
They're
like to
not
get
sorry.
paid.
Look at all the booth they have to pay for. They're not,
We got
not only not sorry, they need more product.
We got to fill it with something.
It's as far as the eye can see. It's almost like the entire front of like 3 sections of the floor here. It's an amazing achievement in booth construction. So again, Bandai Namco is coming with a ton of product. Get your cards ready. For Toy Hype USA, this is Rob Hull from New York Comic Con.